We are off already. Hello and welcome to the Judo Way of Life. My name is David. Hope your training's going well, hope you're throwing hard, hope you're training hard. A couple of weeks ago on the Judo Way of Life Instagram page, I shared in the story a post. Now, if you're not subscribed to the Judo Way of Life Instagram page, shame on you. Go over there now, get involved, become part of the community. We do fun and exciting things over there. But I'm just going to go through. So I shared on my story. So the page I shared is from I shared it on my page, but it was from Grappler with a Sign. If you've not checked out that page, go and have a look. And some of the posts are pretty funny. I like to go and have a little bit of a giggle on there sometimes. So the one I shared was for me, I thought quite poignant, and the sign said, "No one got better sitting on the wall." And underneath that, actually, I'll pull this post up so you can see what I put there, but this one really bores my piss. If you don't know what that means, I'm from the north of England. When something bores your piss, it's something that annoys you, grinds your gears, gets on your nerves, that kind of thing, alright? So, yep, this one really bores my piss. I never understood why people turn up to training to stand at the side of the mat. Yeah, okay, I get maybe sit out one round, possibly two during a really hard session, really hard long session, but there's 22 other hours in the day to stand around somewhere. Why not train when you're at training? Now this post, it's obviously in my opinion, I've been trying to do a bit more of these opinion-based pieces recently, because not only have I got the technical knowledge I want to share with people, I've got thoughts and feelings as well on things, and I want to share that to hopefully generate conversation. So that's why we're here again. So when I shared this post, naturally received some feedback from both sides of the spectrum. Some people were like, "Yep, completely agree." A few coaches got in touch with me as well about it, saying, "Yeah, this also really annoys me when you see this with the students." And then also I had other people contacting me saying things along the lines of, it's hard. They go to training and they find it difficult because of their nerves, things they have to overcome, problems, difficulties that they've had to overcome just to stand on the mat, let alone go and do a randori, never mind do a full session of randori. Okay, that might be sort of confidence or fitness related, or something else, like a myriad of reasons, right? Which is all fair enough. Now, I suppose I sort of fell foul in the post of the social media lack of context and being able to flesh out that opinion and being very much sort of black and white, which is where a lot of social media is in terms of the lack of nuance and context. And I suppose that's why I want to do this video, was to add more to my opinion and be able to share more along that lines, and hopefully this will resonate with some people will get more out of this, but we'll see. As I agree with what I said. I don't understand why people turn up to training and then don't actually train, and that goes for the full spectrum, from white belts who have very low fitness, very low confidence, all the way through to players who are to athletes who are allegedly pushing on for representing the region, the country, whether that's nationally, internationally, whatever it is. Why people would turn up to training and rest during the session. The context there being, like I said in the post, maybe like rest 1 or 2, possibly depending on the sessions. I've been to training in Japan, and you do a 4-hour session, like you're going to want to spend 5 minutes at the side trying to breathe and do a damage report to check that your limbs are all still in one piece. Anyone else who's trained in Japan and done sort of 3-4 hour randori sessions, I'm sure you'll be able to you'll understand what I'm talking about. I remember doing 26 or the session was 26 6-minute randoris. I think the most I managed was 22. That was at major university, but it's a ridiculous number. We digress. The point I was trying to get to, so you turn up to training, you're not going to get better standing at the side, right? You can obviously make the argument, oh well, if you're watching, you're learning and that type of thing, right? Well, yeah, judo's a hands-on sport. You know, you got to get a grip, you've got to feel. It's the best way you're going to learn. You can do your watching at home when you're watching YouTube videos like this one, and when you're at training and you've got actual people, bodies to be training with, I feel as though it's a wasted opportunity to not do that. Obviously, I understand the fitness point. People say I'm not fit enough to do the full session, and that's fair enough. But I would also make the argument that you're not going to get fitter by standing there at the side of the mat either. So you're sort of feeding into the problem that you're feeding into the excuse, should I say? And unless you've dropped to the floor and you can't stand back up, then surely you can go on the mat and move around and, you know, keep doing something to a certain extent. So I suppose the purpose of this video, other than just trying to flesh out that opinion a little bit, is to sort of say that we can all make excuses. I may, believe it or not, I have at times made excuses. Shocking, I know, but it's quite easy to make an excuse, and we all have the potential to make excuses. I suppose the point of the comment, and I suppose the point of this video, is for you to be self-analytical and look at where you're making excuses where you don't really need to make them. You know, some excuses are definitely valid. I agree with that. But where are you resting where you don't actually really need to rest? And so instead of, you know, doing 8 randoris, you could do 9, for example, in a session, and, you know, you're resting, you're just taking that little easy rest, or, you know, you're saying no to someone when, you know, you could be saying yes, and it's just because you're, I don't know, a little bit nervous. Like, I get that being nervous is, yeah, it's obviously a thing. Actually, I want to do a video on competition nerves and that side of things, and I get it, but you've got potentially 2 options in the situation. You can either say yes, let's go, or you know, where one feeds into the problem, where the other one actually will benefit you. And I understand that, you know, these things aren't necessarily easy, but I suppose that's the point. You know, it's not supposed to always be easy. You know, sometimes things are meant to be difficult, and that's okay. So, you know, people are watching this, you know, when you turn up to training, or well, actually, you know, not even before you've even turned up to training, you know, you're at home and you're like, oh, I've started to feel tired, and you start to think, oh, should I go to training? And you start thinking of excuse, oh well, you know, maybe I'll skip this session or whatever it is. And I sometimes joke, and it's a bit of a cheesy cliche comment, but, you know, sometimes the hardest part of training is just actually the journey from home to there, or from work to training. Once you get there, it's usually a little bit, you know, that's where the momentum starts to roll. So where you're making an excuse, you know, catch yourself, you know, be honest with yourself. You know, are you being, are you taking the easy route and then by not going, or, you know, is it a genuine reason? And again, I say, like, there are genuine reasons where you might have to miss training. That's fair enough. But, you know, the times where you're making reasons up that aren't there to miss training just because you're a bit tired or a bit nervous, I suppose it's on those occasions, you know, catch yourself and be hard on yourself and be like, right, cool, no, I'm going to go to train, I'm going to get it done. And then once you get there, and, you know, someone who maybe a bit better than you, and you're a little bit worried about getting thrown around the mat, and, you know, you go, well, cool, yeah, I will fight you. Fair enough, you're better than me, but I'm going to make this next 4, 5, 6 minutes, however long the randori is, like, I'm going to at least make it difficult for you to throw me, and then that way, you know, you're going to progress and you're going to get better. And, you know, at the very least, if you look at it as an opportunity to, you know, work on your mental fortitude, and, you know, being able to, once you've been thrown, stand up, you know, even set the bar even lower, just be like, right, cool, I'm going to work on my break falls for the next 4 minutes. You know, I've definitely had randoris like that where, yeah, the thing that's come out of it is the fact that my break falls are just a little bit sharper than they were before. So we've all copped a beating on the judo mat for sure. So I suppose, so and no one but you can fully well, no one other than you can say whether the excuse is a genuine excuse or you're just trying to take an easy option, and that's why you've got to be hard on yourself and honest with yourself about these things. And it's a skill you can work on, which is awesome. I love things that are skills, because it means you can work on it. It's not set in stone. You can get better at this. You can improve, but only if you want to, right? And that's it. So to summarize, to conclude, you know, check yourself for where you're trying to take the easy route and you're missing out on the opportunity to grow by either not going to training or by sitting off for rounds. You know, especially if you turn up to training, like I said, you can just sit around for 22 hours of the day somewhere else. Yeah, at least train, and then it's going to get easier. Like, the more you do it, the easier it gets. You know, make the most of the time you have, right? Respect yourself in that regard, right? Don't waste your own time. So where you feel as though you're maybe trying to take the easy route, pull yourself up, be hard on yourself, and push yourself to do more. Let's say only if you want to. All right. Some people want it, some people don't, and that's cool. That's fine. Hopefully this video resonates with some people, and then they start making those little changes and pulling themselves up. I suppose it doesn't also not just on the judo mat. You know, it can be anywhere. It doesn't have to just be at judo. So there you have it. Another 10-minute long video of me waffling on. Let me know what you think. Do you think there's any validity to excuses, and you know, what do you do when you find you notice that you're making excuses up to cut corners and be soft, right? I hope this has been helpful to some of you. You know, I hope that the next time you do a randori session, my delightful voice pops into your head, and you go, you know what? That daft ginger bearded muppet was correct. I am being soft. I'm gonna do this next randori. I'm gonna try and work hard. That's all I want. That's all I want in life, is, you know, for me to be inside your head, on your shoulder. Actually, not on your head, like on your shoulder, like the little cartoon devil and angels thing just whispering in your ear. Go on, do that next randori. Say yes to more judo. Yeah, that was wonderfully creepy. Alright, I think that's enough from me. I've been waffling on far too long. Like I said, I hope some of you enjoyed this video, and I hope this has helped some of you to push on harder and do more training, whether it's on the judo mat, off the judo mat, wherever it is. You know, if you want it, go after it, chase it down. And when you catch yourself making excuses and trying to take the easy route, pull yourself up on it. Ask yourself, you know, why are you making these excuses? What benefit is it going to be? If there is a benefit, cool, you know, go with it. If there is no benefit, get yourself on that mat, do more training, do more randori, and crack on. And yeah, there you go. So it's a long ass outro, my word, waffle on. All right, until next time, keep training hard, throwing hard. Bye bye.